When agriculture is mentioned, what comes to your mind? When food system, food security, food safety is mentioned, what comes to your mind? When large-scale farming, short-scale farming, when farming is mentioned, what comes to your mind? Welcome to yet another beautiful day in the fields. This is agriculture made attractive. My name is Salimo Wakilimo, the voice of agriculture, the queen of agri-tours. And we are in Uasin Gishu County. And I want to know, this is the basket of Kenya. This is where maize and wheat comes from. This is one of the most productive counties in Kenya when it comes to agriculture. I want you and I to go on a short tour to just understand when maize and wheat is mentioned, when maize and wheat is cultivated, how many agricultural value chain are we talking about? As a young person, which part of the agricultural value chain in wheat and maize can you be part of? Come with me, let's talk to Janet, the farm girl from Uasin Gishu County. Janet is here, and as we had talked about the value chains in the maize and wheat, let's hear from her to just understand which are these value chains. But first, hi Janet.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. Welcome to Uasin Gishu. Finally,
Asante sana.
nice to
Finally.
meet you.
I think we know each other from Twitter. Let me tell you, I think we need to all meet the people we know from Twitter who are farming. And they are women, not even women, ladies.
Yes.
You know, the
That's
under
so
30.
many. Yeah.
We need to do, I think we need to have under 30 under 30.
In farming.
Yes. Man, we need it.
Yeah.
Now, when you talk, you have a land, you do 2 crops.
Yeah.
Maize and wheat. You intercrop in between and everything. Tell me how, that journey, like just explain that short journey and how it looks like. And how do you know the season when you need to plant the maize and when you need to plant the wheat?
I think there are always systems for everything.
Yeah.
And we just know for wheat, it's end of May or the beginning of June. And harvesting is 4 months later, depending on the variety you do. So everything else in between is how your own research, the variety you want to do, the rainfall in your area, your soil type, all that comes to a personal choice. Yeah. And for maize is just common here in Uasin Gishu. The planting time is March.
It's a cash crop. It's
just the normal crop here. Yeah. So
we have always said that you guys are the food basket of Kenya.
Yeah.
Maize and wheat majorly comes from this place.
Yeah.
As a young lady trying to just understand how agriculture looks like and just helping young people join, and many times young people will complain they don't have land, but now we are demystifying that narrative and saying you don't have to be a farmer, you can be in the value chains. So let's talk about the 2 value chains, the wheat and the maize. Let's start with wheat. Which value chains do we have? We can start from all the way from the farm all the way to the table. Which value chains do we have, and how can a young person join in those value chains?
We have so many opportunities with the kind of crops that we farm. Personally, for me, I recognize that there are a lot of opportunities.
Yes.
But there are also different kind of women.
Yes.
For me, I'm the kind of woman who just wants to stick in production.
The farm girl.
Yes, I want to maximize, and I will do all the research that I can to stay in the farm and to benefit from the crop at the farm. But also, whatever happens to the crop, whenever it leaves my gate, I do not know what happens to it.
Okay.
And I would want another youth to come in and say, let me buy it from you, so that I go make whatever, the milling and everything else, the packaging. So many people can come together and create something good to make sure that the crop gets to the table of the consumers. So we have other farmers doing that around here. We even have an excellent example. Exemplary example where there are 3 brothers who are working together, and 2 brothers are in the farm, like the real farmers, and 1 brother chose to invest in a company that does the milling.
value addition of that.
Yes.
Wow, that's That's good.
and the packaging and everything else.
Yes.
So they buy. The
From
big
the
brother
brothers.
has to pay the small brothers money and on
Wow.
time for the crop to get out of the farm
Yes.
to get into the factory.
Yes.
And consumers buy and you do not understand what happens in between there.
Because they do the whole value chain.
And they have created because this is a whole company. And
Yeah.
how many employees have they employed?
Actually,
How
that is the
many
other thing. The
lives?
opportunities you're building when
Yeah.
you come in and invest in the value chain
Yes.
in the agricultural sector.
Yeah.
Amazing. So let's demystify it all. Maize. You have your crop. First of all, the seed distributors. You can either be part of the seed distributor.
Yeah, that's true.
When it comes to the farm, testing of soil. Do you test your soil?
I did my soil test,
Mhm.
intervals of every 4 years.
Yes.
Yeah, we have people who have done that, people who come and advise on what we should do next, what we
Yes.
should do next, where we
Mhm.
should correct,
Mhm.
where we should minimize
Yeah.
overdoing the nutrients.
Mhm.
Yeah, there are people for that.
Yeah.
There are people who come in and do the planting
Mhm.
themselves.
Oh,
There are people who come in and do the spraying.
yes.
I mean, there are a lot of
Do you
opportunities.
use drone? How do you spray? Because these 50 acres.
We have
Umesikia
A
venye ame
tractor.
ignore hiyo kitu nimesema. Mumesikia how many acres?
Acha nikwambie.
Well,
Do you know 50 acres hapa hivi ni greenhouse? In this area hapo
This
kuko
is
ni
small
this is
scale.
Small.
this is small
You're
scale.
making a big deal out of sijui what.
We are making, guys. Oh my god. I want to feel like that.
This is small. I want more. I wish hapa hata ukiletanga mkulima unasikianga this is
How many acres
This
would
is
you
like 2
want
acres,
to? Like
yeah.
what acres would you call large scale?
1,000.
Okay.
There are people who have 1,000.
Lord, bless others because my guy.
Yeah, bless us. Your blessed others enough.
Now bless her.
Yes,
Bless her with
yes, I
1,000
want
acres
more.
and above, man.
I want more.
All right. So out of this place, how do you spray? Do you use a drone or do you
depends
use
with
people?
Depends with the level of the crop.
Okay.
We have our first spray just like 3 weeks after planting.
Mhm.
We have a tractor and a boom sprayer that comes and
Okay.
just does the whole work. Within 1 hour we are done.
Okay.
We have a second spray. That's where the drone comes in.
Yeah.
Or we have some other modified tractors with very high wheels and it just
Oh, it just passes right
above
above.
and-
Okay.
It does not destroy the crops.
Weeding.
Oh,
Do you
weeding.
get people to come and weed, or what do you? Or you just let
No.
it grow and that's it?
Masaa ni machache.
Mambo ni mengi Masai.
Yeah, masaa ni machache.
Yeah.
So just a tractor and a boom sprayer 1 week after planting and
That's
phew,
it.
and we are clean for the rest of the year.
How long does this crop take?
10 months or so.
10
Around
months.
10, 9, 10, 11.
Haya, 10 months later, the crop is ready to be taken to the market. Now, let's agree. Mahindi comes with mahindi choma,
Yeah.
mahindi boiled. The boiled, mahindi boiled inaitwaje?
Chamsha.
No, like in English. Boiled maize. Oh, it's actually boiled maize. So it's either mahindi choma inaitwaje in English? Roasted maize.
Roasted.
Okay, so it's either roasted maize, boiled maize. The other one is wheat, and one more thing.
We have
The food
for
for
the cattle.
the
yeah.
cattle. It's either the cattle or the chicken. The chicken feeds. So we already know how many value chains this specific maize can give you. Now, if leaving the farm, first of all, there will be people coming to harvest, or do you use a machine to harvest?
We do use machines.
Okay.
Yeah.
So machines come and harvest, and now once they are at your farm gate, that's it. Now someone else has to come
Yeah.
and pack them in the tractor, in the lorry, in something, right?
I mean, farming systems in Kenya, well, with some honesty, it's
Mhm.
stressful.
Okay.
We have some farmers still queuing at the cereals board
Okay.
just to get their maize bought.
Mhm.
But because I don't know, we just have too much to do.
Mhm.
We have the people who come in between and they get the maize from our farm,
Mhm.
and that relieves us the stress.
Yeah.
And as much as the broker is bad, also
Yeah.
the broker is good.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Or they help you in the distribution
yes,
part of
we
it?
do not have to struggle about,
Yes.
as long as our quality is right and we
Yes.
get paid for the quality
Okay.
and we get paid for the moisture that is left, so we
Yeah.
ensure that we sell like the highest quality
Okay.
of seed,
Yeah.
whatever goes out of the farm,
Mm-hmm.
so that we also maximize on whatever we get paid.
So the rest goes where?
So whatever happens to that, we...
So you'd rather, who are they called? You'd rather a broker than directly to the cereal board?
Depends also with the crop and the season.
Okay. Yeah.
But for maize, because we are not really maize farmers,
Yeah.
that will go with a broker.
Okay.
But for wheat,
Mm-hmm.
we have direct linkages with the millers company.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, as a young person, which of the two would you advise that young person would get into, wheat or maize, or both?
Wheat for everyone is scary,
Okay.
and it needs a lot of capital.
Okay.
But I think that's the right place to be.
Wheat.
Yeah, I would. Sometimes I would get woken up at 5 a.m. and people at the farm. Sometimes I was sick and I had to just sleep.
Yeah.
And my mom is calling me from my sleep and she's asking me, dawa ya hii na hii ni nini? And automatically it comes to my head.
Yeah.
It needs a lot of experience for
Okay.
you to understand.
Yeah.
If you see this, the timing ya hii ni hii nini. You need experience, but
Yes.
it pays off. If you
Okay.
look at most large farmers who are in this region, most of them wanacha mahindi. They go to this
they are
other...
going to wheat.
Yeah.
And wheat is better anyway in terms of monetary value.
A bag is 6,000 shillings.
And millers pay better than the cereal board.
Well, you cannot take wheat to the cereals.
No, I mean like the maize will be taken to cereal board, but
Yes.
millers will take the
Maize
so maize.
is like 2,800.
Okay. I think by now, one final thing you would advise a young person who really want to join agriculture. Because one, look at this beautiful young woman in farming.
Yeah.
Tell a young person something about agriculture.
Don't be too scared to change. I mean, well, my life has changed. I am able to take care of so many people. I am able to create employment for so many people. But there is that physical bit nye, youth haezi taka kuparara sijui nini. You can as well farm and get the money to take care of yourself better.
Yes.
Yeah, and that is what happens here.
Well, thank you so much. Appreciated for taking your time to just give us a space in the farm and see what you're doing.
Yeah.
Well, 50 acres is not large scale as per her, but it's okay. We will appreciate as we continue just enlightening people. Janet the Farm Girl on Twitter. Ukienda hapo, you'll just see everything she's doing, and we are happy to have met you finally after online interactions.
Yes,
Thank you
I'm
so
finally
much.
happy to meet you.
Appreciated. As a young person, it is outdated excuse to keep saying that I don't have a land, that I don't have a farm for me to become a farmer. It's fine. There are people farming in large scales. Well, 50 acres is not large scale, but it's fine. But there are people already in the farms and they're farming, and they would prefer that once the crop is ready, someone else takes over from there to take that crop, add value, and take whatever value addition out of that crop would be to the consumers or to the shelves in the markets. Big question is, if you're asked, which part of the agricultural value chain would you want to join? In wheat and in maize. There are so many, we will definitely list them. I know you've seen them from all the way from testing of soil through to the consumer. By the way, every time I want to tell you that you are actually part of the value chain as a consumer, because all these farmers are out here trying their best, because you and I need something to eat, a meal 2 or 3 in a day. So as a consumer, you're also part of the value chain. Make sure you're consuming the right food. Make sure you're consuming healthy food. Make sure you're consuming food that you know where it comes from. So how about you be part of the journey and allow more and more young people to join in by making sure you consume ready food, organic food from the farm, all right? That said, I need you to go and appreciate more and more farmers farming around. And I have a whole profile of African farmers on amaafrica.co.ke. So go ahead, check them out, see what farmers are doing in Africa, in Kenya, and how it looks like to be a farmer, and what you can do to whatever they are producing in terms of value addition, and to make sure that we achieve food security in the near future. That is the Vision 2030 for the country. How about we get there? Because you and I are going to help understand how can I be part of the agricultural value chain. So don't say there are no jobs, don't apply so many corporate jobs and you're like, no, I got a degree and I don't have a job. Or you can be part of the value chain. Just check out where can I fit, and then go ahead, fit in, and let help the farmers get better prices by adding value to whatever they have, and make sure we get that product all the way to people who don't produce it, and prolong the shelf life of the produce, right? Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Salimo Wakilimo, the voice of agriculture, the queen of agri-tours, and this is Agriculture Made Attractive.